He claims he ended up spending over $3 million on this woman. He bought her a house and basically just sent her money for 10 years because he thought he was in a long-distance, monogamous, romantic relationship with her. So now he's suing the stripper for over $38 million. I guess there was a lot of emotional damage in that number.
What state again?
He lives in Arkansas, and she may or may not live in Las Vegas. She could have been flown in to Spearmint Rhino or wherever he went.
Oh, I hope this is in Nevada. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
They just laugh at him.
Oh, yeah!
Good morning! And welcome to another episode of Hard Factor. It is Wednesday, July 10th, 2024, episode 1499. Tomorrow's the big 1500.
Wow.
Hope you join us for that.
Whoa.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And
it
feels like it's only been 1,450, guys. I gotta say.
I agree.
I know. It really does. 1,500, it flew by. I can't believe it.
If you count Patreon shows and the fact that we've missed probably 15, we're way over 2,000. But yeah, 1,500 tomorrow.
I would venture to say we've done more podcasts than any show in the last 5 years combined.
Yeah, Barstool Radio is daily. Mm-hmm. Patreon's been 2 to 3 a week for the past 4 years.
We got to be up there.
Yeah, approaching 3,000, 2,500.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of that, go to patreon.com/hardfactor if you want to get in on all those bonus podcasts, because there's a shitload. So that's right. Talking about freaks and phenoms on today's Let's Go.
Ooh, hell yeah.
And a little taste of Dad Camp as well on the Hive Hour.
Fantastic.
But today we're talking strippers, French protests, and freeing animals from their cages.
Ooh, what a lineup.
Into the public. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Sure is.
Some of the best things, you know?
Yeah, my type of stories.
Strippers.
If you're going to talk about protesters, you want to talk about French ones because they typically do it the best. You know?
Right. And then absolutely, they're the coup de grace, is their term, right? Of protesting. And then strippers, Will's rummaging through a bag. Strippers are the best, and so is freeing animals. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm rummaging in a bag. I just got to a hotel, drove from Reno to Eureka, California, straight through right before the show. That's 6.5 hours. So I took a gigantic piss right before we got going here. Let me tell you.
You didn't stop. No stopping. 6.5.
Straight through, baby. Straight through. Beautiful drive.
You raw dogged it.
Raw dogged the shit out of that drive.
Taylor says, nice hotel room. Where are you at? Where
they upgraded me. I'm at the Red Lion, of course, in Eureka, California. My favorite establishment. My favorite. No free ads, but just I love this place. And just learned they have a heated pool. Wow, that's nice. And yeah, so now, I mean, as you can see, they put me in the nicer. I have a nice veranda this time around. This stay. So I did hear a yappy dog down the hall though, so we'll see if that becomes an issue.
Red Lions La Quinta style with the animals.
I guess so. Well, I'm not sure.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not sure if this is an illegal dog or what. And on the drive over here, beautiful as always. You go through like Lassen Volcano to Lake Shasta. You know, it's a beautiful drive. Anyways, I saw a dead deer. That's normal. Also saw a dead bear. Gigantic brown bear just on the side of the road.
A brown bear?
Damn. Yeah. Like it had gotten it was either asleep face down, almost not possible.
Plan bear.
Or sleep face down.
Or it got smoked by a car and then it just fucking collapsed right next to the road. Gigantic brown bear. Crazy.
That car is probably not doing too well either.
No.
Right. I'm surprised I didn't see it.
All right. You guys want to do some news?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. I have definitely the funniest lawsuit of all time for you today. We've covered some frivolous ones on this show and some wild ones. This is both, and it's amazing. Washington County, Arkansas man, Fred Brunner, current president of Eric sent me the thing. Brunner and Lay, a company started by his great grandpappy in 1882 as a blacksmith shop and still in operation. He was going through a little bit of a divorce. Washington County, Arkansas man Fred Brunner in 2014. So he went to Las Vegas He went on a Las Vegas trip to blow off some steam. Well, you got to stop fiddling with whatever you're fiddling with.
What's happening?
You're fiddling with stuff.
I can't move. I'm sorry. I'll try to remain motionless.
He was going through a divorce in 2014, so he went on a Vegas trip to blow some steam. And on that trip, he went to a strip club to, quote, smoke a cigar and have a few cocktails.
Okay.
So he's an I read Playboy for the articles type guy, right? Which is hilarious that he's still clinging to that after you hear what comes next. So guess what? A stripper was nice to him because he was flaunting a little cash. Imagine that.
They usually are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
it's in their best interest.
Yep.
Yeah. Apparently the dancer made quite a bit of money off Brunner that night in 2014 because she kept being nice to him and he was, going through that divorce. So he liked that and fell for the stripper talk for the next 10 fucking years. He claims he ended up spending over $3 million on this woman who he probably only knew by her stage name.
If she was smart, he didn't know a goddamn thing about her except for her stage name.
Oh, he didn't know much about her, Wes.
Yeah.
Well, both of them. I mean, it behooves both of them, right? Like,
it does, but Brunner didn't understand that it was like a fake relationship, a sugar daddy at best relationship. He bought her a house, sent her on several nice trips, and basically just sent her money for 10 years because he thought he was in a long distance monogamous romantic relationship with her.
Huh. But he was
she fucking
married?
him?
Yeah.
No, he was
maybe on these trips, but he like once a year she might have banged him, but
yeah,
she didn't see him but once a year, if that.
Right.
And she would just text and call him like, hey,
when
sweetie.
she needed something.
Yeah, hey sweetie, I love you, sweetie.
Yeah.
Oh man, what
deposit made today, sweetie?
Yeah.
So he paid her $3 million in the hopes of sometimes.
He thought he was in a 10-year long relationship with her. Well, it was his girlfriend.
Yeah. She was his screensaver.
She was going to move to him eventually. Yeah.
Right, but he knew she was a stripper the whole time.
Oh, yeah. But he was probably like, paying her enough that maybe she was saying she wasn't stripping as much. I don't know what she was telling him. But after 10 years, he finally figured out he's every single guy with cash that goes to a strip club. And he said, quote, he was hoodwinked by her.
Well, he's to be fair to her, he's probably her top guy with cash after the $3 million. To be fair to her and him. I mean, he's at least the top performer. He's the top tipper. So he's got that. So
if she was still stripping, he probably was the top guy.
Yeah.
So he figured
top loser. Yeah.
Top loser.
Number one though, Wes. Small wins, take the little victories.
With a bullet.
Yeah.
He thought they were going to get married. So now he's suing the stripper for over $38 million. I guess there was a lot of emotional damage in that number.
What an idiot.
Yeah. He's suing her.
So because what state again?
He lives in Arkansas, and she may or may not live in Las Vegas. She could have been flown in to Spearmint Rhino or wherever he went.
I hope this is in Nevada. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
They just laugh at him.
It happened in Vegas. It happened in Nevada. So I don't know where the lawsuit's being filed. I don't know if he's trying this in Nevada, which would be a fool's errand.
Good luck, buddy.
This whole lawsuit's a fool's errand.
Anywhere in the United States, it's a fool's errand.
The lawsuit's as funny as can be, saying things like, quote, contrary to her countless representations to Brunner, the woman was in fact in a romantic relationship with another man in Las Vegas. And she even gave some of the money Brunner sent to her actual boyfriend. No shit.
Yeah, and they laughed at him as they rolled around in his money.
Yeah.
Yeah. And fucking on his money.
Well,
right. In her new house.
Yeah.
She's got a number one dick, just like she has a number one tipper. It's not like they're not the same guy, probably. You know what I mean?
Yeah. This guy's like, what's his name from Heat or for Casino? It's
Woods.
James Woods.
James Woods.
Yeah. She's got a James Woods the whole time, and this moron. It also says all along she had no intention of following through on her representations. It keeps saying representations of being his boyfriend, doing only what was necessary to keep Brunner from being suspicious. So this guy's an all-time dummy. This guy's an all-time dummy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Has he looked up like the word courtesan or like escort? Like her job is literally to make him feel special. Yeah. And it's a make-believe thing. And if he didn't understand that, that's just on him.
It usually lasts that night at the strip club, and then one of your buddies that's almost as gullible as Brunner says, I think she's going to come back, and looks at his phone all weekend because she gave him like a fake phone number, probably of her James Woods type guy who is like her pimp that keeps track of her. And he's like, no, she really likes me. We're going to hang out this weekend. And then hopefully that's it. But not for Brunner. It lasted 10 years.
Yeah. He kept flying back out there.
He got paid, but no, he didn't even. He
really?
He got played by the same stripper for 10 years and didn't really see her much at all.
Right.
He's just kept. Yeah.
He maybe got to get with her like one time, Wes, and then everything else was the promise that she would return, and he would just buy her all the shit.
Right.
I wouldn't put it past this dipshit if he never had sex with her.
Me neither.
I mean,
I'd
it
like to see a
sounds like
picture of him, but
maybe.
it's not out yet.
Yeah. Anyways, she, all she had to do was call or text him every once in a while to keep the gravy train rolling, which she did, and this lawsuit has no chance. I got another one for you. Here's an interesting story. Ooh. Scientists have claimed that they have invented a machine that can turn air into water. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Don't we need the other way around though, or do we need that?
No, we need water badly.
We need both.
Air into water. We have air. We got air. Air's outside. There's plenty of air.
We have too much salt water, but not enough clean water.
This is clean, drinkable, potable water.
Oh, yeah. I see.
This is drinkable water, usable for the 1.1 billion that need it around the world. There have been no demonstrations yet, but they have received millions of dollars in angel investments, mainly from Fred Brunner from Arkansas, because the guy's an all-time sucker. Fucking loser.
Yeah.
Well, also isn't evaporation.
This is different. I'll get into it. I was just kidding. He's only suing that stripper to invest more in the snake oil machine. No, he's not. He's not a kid. Brunner is a sucker, but he didn't invest in this thing's hopefully legit because it uses a technique called sorption-based atmospheric water harvesting, SAW-H, which essentially pulls moisture from the atmosphere and allegedly can do so in dry conditions, which is the difference. Because in the past they've used techniques like this in like water and fog machines, and they can turn like very like moist air into a little bit of water. They're saying they can do this in the fucking desert.
Desert air. Wow.
Yeah.
So
MIT.
Okay.
This is out of MIT. Ever heard of it?
So they've cracked dry evaporation. This is like getting 6-minute abs down from 7. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why they didn't think of this earlier. It's coming out of MIT, so that's good. Previously, SAW-H in the water and fog harvesting could do it in low amounts, but not in arid conditions. Good news for desert folk. According to the WWF, the World Wildlife Foundation, which refused to let the WWE keep their name, like I said, 1.1 billion people around the world suffer from severe water shortages. So this would help them.
That'd be good.
Yeah.
Something tells me it's not going to produce a lot in the desert, but it's a start.
Yeah, there is a catch, Wes. You're onto something. A prototype based on the new MIT model claims that up to 5.826 liters of water per day can be made by a machine. That's not a lot. And there's an even higher price.
5 liters of water per machine?
Per day.
Per giant machine.
For 24 hours?
And yeah, about that.
It costs $100 million probably.
It takes an abundance of energy to get the machine to produce the water.
Oh, okay. So it's impossible. So it won't work.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like all those like boats they were going to put around the coast to prevent hurricanes to cool the water. We just need 10,000 little tugboats.
Yeah. You just have to install the power plants, nuclear power plants there, and then you can bring them the water with the water machines.
The energy costs more than the lack of water.
Yeah.
The water would cost.
Be more efficient to just fly water in.
Yeah, exactly. Now, MIT scientists are saying, like, hey, don't worry, just use the high-density heat from the machine running itself because it overheats constantly. So they'll just use the energy the machine produces when it's about to blow up. I don't know how feasible it is, but maybe it'll work out. Hopefully it'll work out.
But you'd still have to get the massive amount of energy there to the middle of the desert in the first place.
Well, the machine itself maybe can produce some of that energy when it starts overheating because it's not producing any water. They're saying just use that runoff energy from the machine that's about to blow up.
Oh, so maybe they can plug it into a tiny plug and then it gets so worked up that it can run itself.
Yeah, might lose a few limbs from the machine blowing up, but we'll see. Bonus dog, Gypsy Rose says she's pregnant for the first time, so congratulations. And hopefully that kid doesn't ask where grandma is.
Does she know who the dad is?
I mean, she probably does. We don't, because she dumped that wrestling fan that she married. the Bret Hart guy, and then she went back to her boyfriend before him. So it's probably that guy's, but who knows?
I didn't know she was so cross-eyed.
You didn't know she was cross-eyed?
No, I don't think so.
She's very cross-eyed.
What did she end up doing? Was it OnlyFans? What did she? Yeah, like what did she end up getting into?
I think she just made. I don't know. She got popular on social. She had like millions of followers, so maybe she got some sponsors from that. But I don't.
She
think
tried to get on reality TV or something, right?
Yeah, I think these guys, the WWF guy, was paying for it for sure. We lost Will temporarily. Oh, and lastly, arsenic, lead, and a dozen metals were found in 30 tampons across 14 different tampon brands, millions of which are sold in the U.S. and Europe. So that's not good. Check your brands, ladies. I don't have the list. Stay safe out there.
Arsenic in the vagine?
Arsenic, lead, and a dozen other metals going right in the vagines.
Whoa. It's heavy metal, bro, because there's metals in the blood that it soaks. That's metal.
Yeah, it tastes super irony.
It's fucking metal.
If you get your Red Wings. Yeah.
Thank God I don't have to use those things.
Yeah. Yeah. So another loss, another hit for women.
Okay.
Broads.
Yeah. Maybe they can free the titty movements. Maybe we can just go to like bleed it out. You know, like just like that'll be fine.
They got it tough, you know. They just got it. You know, sometimes you just gotta respect.
I like that they have to use those things.
You don't want to see the blood.
Tampons. If you like that advantage that we have.
I like tampons. Yeah.
Little natural advantage men have.
Give them the lead tampons.
I prefer they use the lead tampons. Speaking of vaginas, you want to talk about France?
Oh yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Yes, I do want to talk about France. So what's happening? As I said, I've been in the car, so I haven't exactly gotten the full scoop, but I saw these videos before I hopped in the car to drive over here, and France is protesting, which is confusing because if you remember just a couple shows ago, we talked about how Macron and the far left teamed up to like oust the far right. Right. Like, so in the elections, the snap elections, Macron teamed up with the far left, like socialists or whatever. And then they got first place. And then the Macron's, whatever his thing is, got second place. And their team up made the far rights get third. So it worked. So they're like their swoopsie doopsie move at the elections worked, the far left and the Macrons. But the far left is still protesting. It does not change the fact that they call it the 2024 French protests against the far right. And so even though they won, Mark said it best in the text thread, they're like Philadelphia Eagles fans. Now they're just like, they say they're protesting still, but it feels a lot more like a celebration. Like if you watch the videos, it almost looks like an Eagles parade or like after.
Right, it's like the night after the Phillies or the Eagles win a championship.
Right, they're just like burning shit on the street.
The town.
They're drunk. The city, yeah, they're just like kicking tear gas cans, getting arrested.
Got to grease the poles in France.
Yeah, so it's like I guess they're just still protesting, but I don't know. They should rebrand it now because they won. So it feels a little weird. I mean. This is the extent of it. I've looked up what it stands for on Wikipedia, and it's against the far right. But they won. The far right's done. They got third place. They're out. So
they're destroying the town, the city, even though they won.
Right. It's kind of confusing because it's government, because the government's going to have to pay for that. So it's like I guess they're just enjoying the win. I don't know. Maybe there's some right wing counter protesters. I'm not sure. It looks like the left-wing New Popular Front is like the main folks who were protesting prior to the election and continuing to protest now.
Hey, at least those January 6 wackos guy lost, right? You know what I mean? Like, what are they doing? They won.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it makes the far left look a little more J6 than the far right.
To be fair, they don't know what else to do besides protest.
I think you're right, Mark. I think it's like they didn't expect this to happen. The New Popular Front won 182 seats by following Macron's plan to fuck over the far right, and they've never been on top, so they didn't know what to do. So their only reaction was to just continue to riot, and that's what's happening in France.
I want to carry it right into the Olympics.
Yeah. Well, but it's so weird. Like, how does the guy, if you're all so upset that you're going to shit in the river, and you're so upset that even after you win the result you want, you're still protesting. I just don't understand. France needs to
Well, they're making that Spain water gun protest look like a bunch of pussies.
Maybe that's it. Maybe they're
jealous.
They feel Spain encroaching their territory with the protests against the tourists. So the French are now just raising their game. They're like, we're gonna have to be even more irrationally upset and just keep protesting.
And Spain just beat France in the Euro semis with a goal off a 16-year-old, youngest Euro goal ever. So Spain's been really kind of giving it to France this week.
Yeah, it feels like France is really feeling the heat, Mark. I think you're right, and that's the best analysis I can find on that. That basically France is just intimidated by Spain. There was also the Spanish woman who showed her very nice breasts at the Euro tournament. The French probably were a little jealous of that. So, that's all I can think of too, Mark. I think you're right.
Not Rico, who said Herndon in the house. What's up from Herndon? Says he agrees. France
H&D.
being Euro Philly scumbags is a perfect analogy.
Yeah, that's just what's happening. And I think they're intimidated by Spain, who's going on a little bit of a run, you would say. So,
yeah.
You got to keep the momentum going. If they're going to come up with another demand, so they want to have that momentum going into their new demand.
Well, apparently the because of the move, Parliament is like still hung. Like it means that the far right can't win, but nothing else is really settled. So maybe they're pissed.
They're never going to be happy. Is the bottom line.
Maybe they're pissed because they know like in the end they're not going to get their way anyways because they the Macrons will like take over or whatever. I don't know.
Right.
I have no idea, but they're still protesting. So that's what
Still jobless and protesting.
You got to respect it. That's what they say in France.
You got to expect it and respect it.
You got it. That's c'est la vie. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
That's the latest.
Do we have an ad read today or no?
We do need to talk about something that the French obviously could use, the entire nation, and that's BetterHelp. I don't have the exact read in front of me to tell you exactly the right words.
I can pull it up really quick. Just let me give me 2 seconds.
But let me tell you while Wes pulls it up. BetterHelp is an app that helps you with your mental health by offering online therapy, and all of us have used it. It's very effective. Well, Mark, you say you will.
I'm waiting on the 10 signups from this read.
10 signups, and Mark will sign up himself.
Read now, and then so you'll help 11 of us.
There you go. Wes and I have both used it. It's excellent.
Pat's using it.
Yeah,
Pat uses it. Therapy is fantastic. Helps everybody.
Yeah. Well, like the French people, they like to compare their lives to other people's lives. They're never happy, and comparison is the thief of joy. And it's easy to envy other people's lives, and it might look like they have it all together on their Instagram, but in reality, they probably don't. They're probably just France. They don't have it all together, right? Yeah. Therapy can help you focus on what you want instead of what others have. Okay, you listen in France? So you can start living your best life. Again,
a 16-year-old scored.
Yeah.
Sacre bleu.
Like Will said, most of us have benefited greatly from BetterHelp here. Hopefully, Mark joins because
you guys are killing my mental health.
That's French for yes.
Yeah, oui. And it is beneficial for everyone. Even if you don't think you need therapy, trust me, you do. That's probably a big sign that you do need therapy is thinking you don't. So if you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try.
Great observation.
I feel victimized by that.
It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists anytime for no additional charge. So stop comparing and start focusing with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/hardfactor today. Get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/hardfactor. Get in there and improve yourself and improve your family's lives as well.
It might be the best read we've ever done.
That was probably the best. Honestly, and there was something we forgot. Wes, you mentioned it, but maybe the protesters, as you said, they're looking for the next move. They have to keep it going to the Olympics. I forgot about the Olympics.
Wes kind of hinted at that.
That's what I said. That.
Yeah,
you got to use momentum to the Olympics.
Yeah,
because they want everyone to be stressed out when they show up. They don't want a pretty looking town.
Yeah.
Right.
They got to keep it going. Yeah.
So even though they won, the job's not done. You have to ruin the Olympics as well.
This is an all July protest. Yeah.
The ruin the Olympics is the main goal.
Yeah.
Which is, hilarious goal to have.
Never again, Fritz.
Yeah.
Who are they? Hitler? What people?
Yeah.
It's never been great people that ruined the Olympics on
They're
purpose.
the worst hosts since Berlin.
They're like COVID.
Let's fuck up the Olympics.
Yeah. Terrible people. All right, guys. A man with misguided good intentions was arrested early this morning. If you're watching live, Tuesday morning for you tomorrow in Columbus, Ohio, after breaking into several businesses. Now, one of the businesses that he broke into was a wing restaurant called Roosters. Okay. As you can see right there, it's a chain. And based on the second business that he broke into and the most damage he did in the same shopping center, I'm not sure if he thought that there might be roosters inside of Roosters. Or
he was full.
Or if he was just hungry and wanted booze.
Why would they call it Roosters if they ain't got any roosters in there?
Yeah.
You can see where he made the mistake.
Yeah, of course. I mean, you see roosters, you think.
I thought this room would be chock full of roosters.
He's not a roosters.
He's not illiterate.
Yeah. There should be roosters pouring out of here.
He rereads the sign, goes back outside. I got it right.
Yeah. They must be sleeping. But the second business he broke into was the Petland right next door in the same shopping center. And there is where he did most of his misguided work. The man identified as Matthew Pancake. Here's his mugshot. No, just kidding. That's just there's what he looks like. That's actually him. He's got a few injuries from his night of breaking hard glass with whatever he was using.
Did he go face first in?
Yeah, just busting glass.
What kind of drugs is this dude on? Oh, shit.
But so he was wearing leopard pajamas. And so I guess he felt like one with the animals. So once he got
that was to put them at ease.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, I'm one of you guys. Don't worry.
Part of the plan.
I'm here to help.
Yeah,
here to help you all out. So he once he was in there, he began his quest of freeing as many animals as he possibly could. And I have a local news story to take it from here because when they discovered Matthew, the police all had a good laugh at his expense, and the cop could barely hold back his laughter while speaking to the news.
Continue to follow breaking news this morning. And it's a number of stores broken into off of Nike Station Way. One of those stores includes the Petland, where multiple animals escaped. You can see some of the animals there being recovered. We were the first news crew at the scene. We found a broken window with glass there on the sidewalk in front of the store. Police say they were dispatched to a break-in call at a Roosters restaurant and discovered the front door of the Petland also broken into. Police have captured some of the animals that got loose. They are still, though, looking for some.
Latest count, I believe the officers have recovered somewhere upwards of 2 to 3 bunnies, multiple birds, and 2 dogs, and I believe a hamster. Arrived, and it was indeed our individual who we've been looking for, who's broken into these businesses, the male wearing leopard pajamas, and so we took that individual into custody. He's being treated for his injuries, for his cuts from these burglaries, but we also recovered several gerbils inside his pants.
Shut the fuck up. Oh, he's about to laugh.
And that's where we're at.
Oh, shit.
No, dude.
Hold back his laugh. Yeah.
That's why he went in there.
He
Yes.
was shoving gerbils up his fucking ass inside that
dude,
store.
He didn't give a fuck about the hamsters and the birds. They were all going to die. The bunnies, those animals couldn't survive in the wild. He just wanted to shove fucking gerbils up his ass.
It was a diversion. Yeah. Here's the officers carrying some of the puppies that got.
Oh, man, those dogs were going to die if they didn't.
Cute dogs.
Yeah, yeah. There's some gerbils that were rescued probably from his pants.
From his
they
pants.
Put them back in there. So Yeah, I guess you guys kind of already answered the question. You guys think he was going to stick gerbils up his ass?
Or he already
1,000%.
was. I think he may have already been, and that was a nice way of saying in his pants.
Yeah,
Didn't sound like he
maybe.
had a dog in his ass, Wes. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't find any of the other animals inside his pants, did they? just the asshole-sized gerbils.
Just the stereotype animal that
Just 3 suffocated gerbils.
yeah. So I've heard this, and I've probably propagated it just like you guys just did about the gerbils and homosexuals and the ass.
No,
and stuff.
Lemmy Winks. It's the South Park episode.
Right,
Well,
right.
and Richard Gere rumored to be like the biggest rumor from the 90s was Richard Gere shoved gerbils in his ass.
Yeah,
That was one of the biggest rumors in the 90s.
yeah, it was. So, but everyone online, I looked it up before the show, and I was like, it's called gerbling. Is the term
up.
for it? Yeah, it's called gerbling.
Okay.
Real original.
And they,
Called shoving a gerbil up your ass.
yeah, it's like
That's the shorthand they went with.
gerbling.
It's called gerbling.
Yeah. So one of the most hilarious things that I found about why they claim it's an urban myth or whatever is because there were tales about rodents inside rectums of homosexuals way back during the Vietnam War, and it was a myth that was popular in which one was part of a group of stories advising ways in which to avoid the draft. And what you would do if you were trying to avoid the draft is when you would go in for your physical, the doctor would ask you to bend over, and you'd have like a rat or a gerbil tail hanging out of your butthole, and they'd be like, "What's
him
that?
For the army. Yeah.
What's that?" And then they'd be like, "That's my rat." And then they would immediately send you to a psychiatrist and disqualify you because you're a homosexual.
Wow, we got a lot of crazies in this town.
It's a draft dodging.
Weird.
How come all the gays here shove rats in their ass during wartime?
That's what that's the claim. But then gerbling, it's never been done.
Listen, I got on ChatGPT and was like, and asked about ChatGPT, and I tried to trick it.
Will.
And I was like, well, I'm a gay man and I've done it. And they're like, well, then you need to. And ChatGPT was like, well, then you need to go and ask questions to a higher authority than me. But from what I know, it's an urban legend, and you shouldn't be spreading these type of myths and whatever. I'm sure it's been done before. I'm sure.
in
it's
the
been
history
done
of humans,
Yes,
this
of course.
guy. Okay, take away everything aside. You just find this guy in the store with the gerbils in his pants. What do you think? He's playing sorrow.
This is look,
with
gerbling. I Wikipedia it. Gerbling, also known as gerbil stuffing or gerbil shooting. It's This is one of those urban legends that it probably started off fake, but it became so big that it probably became true at some point. With
Someone
a few
tried
people,
it, yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
like because
Matthew
it's so widely
Pancake
talked about. Yeah,
was about to try gerbling.
Yeah.
It's very popular in French TV. The vision, it says in this article. Yeah, in this article, it says
the French are getting crushed.
yeah. It was common in a popular French TV series. So it says, as many urban legends, the gerbling story expresses the fear of the other, the stranger, homosexual, to which we attribute deviant behaviors and can strengthen our sense of belonging to a group with positive moral values. At least in France, the vision of homosexuality depicted by the gerbling stories has, however, changed. Gay couples and characters are now common in French popular TV series. They participate alongside blah blah blah. Anyway,
Yeah, it's like a mean gay stereotype to
Exactly.
make
Exactly.
fun of gay people.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay.
But
Sure.
But
Right.
I'm sure that perhaps a
yes,
heterosexual person has stuck a gerbil in their ass too. But
Maybe
but,
the
yeah.
Lemmy Winks episode is in poor taste. but
You think?
But in this-
like a touch of fish.
But in this
Lemmy Winks.
situation, you have to ask yourself,
Yeah.
what was Matthew Pancake doing with the 7 gerbils in his pants? And I think there's really
How
only
come there wasn't a hamster in there? There were other animals
right.
that were
Yeah.
a bunny. There are other animals that were just as cute that he could have put in there, and if he wanted
look,
to save them,
that's a
it's
fucking-
not like he loves gerbils more than the other animals.
That's a hamster, and the officer. These are also hamsters. They're Siberian hamsters.
Okay.
So they might just be saying they're gerbils. I had a gerbil growing up. Never put it in my ass, but they do. They have long tails.
Thought about it.
They have, his name was Henry. They have long tails, but I think they're just saying that these hamsters were gerbils because they
funny.
also are propagating the game.
Well, Siberian hamsters are tiny. They are.
Yeah, and they don't have really tails. They have like tiny tails.
So
not like gerbils. Gerbils
If you were
have like
picking
rat
out,
tails.
small rodents to put in your pants,
Yeah.
Siberian hamster would be up there on the list.
Yes.
That's what we got for a sketch. I don't know if we can release in the future. Probably not. But
Well, animals. Never mind. Nothing happened.
we returned them.
Yeah.
No one shoved them in the ass though.
Nope. But we certainly propagated
We propagated that.
Nope.
We were fishing for gay men with gerbils or with hamsters.
Look, I will
It's
accept.
2007, okay?
Yeah.
I will accept
It was 2003, okay?
I will accept that I am not to make gerbling jokes from here forward. But on today's story, this episode, Matthew Pancake, 7 gerbils in the pants.
Yeah. 4.
It's damning.
There was 4 to
You
be
can
exact.
call them a hamster, you can call them a dribble. I'm saying there was other animals that were pant-sized shoving that didn't go in there.
Right.
He didn't shove any birds down there.
There was no
No,
corn
no
snakes in his
bunnies, no
pants.
birds.
Yeah, they're
No kittens.
only the gerbils and the hamsters. So,
Yeah.
hey, not going to make a crass joke here.
Didn't you
It's
guys ever
2024
let a hamster crawl up your pant leg when you were little?
No,
No, I never really had.
I never had hamsters.
Oh, really? Yeah.
My neighbors
I
had a
them all.
chinchilla, and they loved it. He was cute, but then he got caught behind the dresser and died, and that was a scene. I had
I've
to go
always
home.
had
That was
larger
a
animals.
scene.
Yeah, so I feel like that would be the death of. If I ever had a hamster or anything rat sized, I feel like it would just be dead immediately. Like
Once that chinchilla died and the kids were crying their eyes out and the dad couldn't rescue it, I didn't want any animals that sized.
no,
Yeah.
no, good call. Yeah,
Yeah.
tough.
When
to,
you have
tough to keep
when you have
track of.
hamsters, you discover they're dead whenever they start to smell, basically, because you
on a
stop playing.
Tuesday.
You stop playing with them, and then they're just a thing in a cage, and then
Oh, it's
one day
Henry.
you discover they're dead.
Yeah, really horrible animals to get for kids unless you want to teach
Yeah.
them about death.
Yeah, yeah.
Because those things die
Right.
all the time.
Yeah, yeah, and
Son?
they're really pointless.
This animal's gonna die in your room. Nothing you can do
Yeah.
about it.
Yep.
That's right. And he's gonna bite you before he dies.
Yeah.
Teach him about rabies, about death.
Anyway,
Gypsy Rose update. It's Ken Urker. It was her former fiance who she was with while she was in prison, and then she left him for the new guy who had money, who she was with for only a couple months. Then she went immediately back to Ken Urker and got knocked up.
Oh wow. Okay, so he's back. He's back in the driver's
WWF
seat.
guy, the big fat putz was definitely
Love
like
it.
a
Love it.
like the guy from Arkansas, sucker. Yeah.
Oh wait, so you're saying it's not the WWF guy?
That guy got played. He got played.
So
He got
she's
played
back
hard.
with her original prison
She
boyfriend.
needed somewhere to stay, I think, when she got out of prison, which
Right.
is why she was with that guy.
Back with the prison boyfriend.
Yeah, yeah.
Perfect.
all right. Well, tomorrow is the big 1500. Please join us for that. Tell a friend.
Yeah.
Holy
you know,
shit.
I don't know if we have anything special planned. Probably not, but we'll bring you a normal show. And I'm
I'm
sure
gonna
it'll
be at the
great.
Red Lion again. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go.
there you
Can
go.
you do it from the heated pool?
Might be tough, but I could try.
All right.
There you go.
Yeah. Give it a whirl.
Okay. Well, we'll see you tomorrow then. Patreon.com/hardfactor for more. But we love you. Have a great fucking day.